Hi, my name is Chima James. I am a software engineer at Edge Vendr. We are building offline access control for games. Snooker and football merchants struggle with manual payment collections. This often leads to frustrated players and inaccurate revenue collections. At Edge Vendr, we are solving this by automating snooker and football table with an offline smart controller, thereby giving players seamless access and merchants automated control and real-time revenue tracking. So we are testing out our controller that has been deployed on a snooker board. So I've generated a 10-digit token from our app. So I'm trying to impute it. So it's going to grant me access to the balls. So enter. Access granted. So now the controller has given me access to the balls. So I'm currently bringing out the balls. Mind you, this whole operation is done offline. The controller is not connected to any server. It is entirely offline. So if I try to reuse the token that has already been used, it's going to deny the access with the token used message. So I'm imputing the same token. So enter, token used, as you can see. So if I try to generate a random token, it's going to deny the access. Access denied, access denied. For our core technology, we developed a proprietary algorithm for our vending service. So it's in charge of generating and encrypting the token for a specific board which lives in the server. Then we also have a decryption algorithm that runs offline on a 32-bit RISC microcontroller that decrypts the generated token for that specific board. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, and now we're going to the questions and answers for Edge Vendor. Okay, we're starting with Moju this time.
Congratulations on what you guys have done. I really, really like it. I understand how it works. We have the token, it will dispense the physical artifacts. But my thing is, what if the players refuse? What happens after the game is over? How do we close that loop? Are they gonna, I could just hold those snooker balls hostage and then be hustling them to other people on other tables. So I really like the way you're going, but I have concerns about the last mile. So have you thought about that, and what's your solution for that part?
Okay. Can I answer that?
Yes, please. You can go
All right.
ahead.
Can you guys hear me clearly? Okay. So
Yes,
the nature of the game. Okay. The nature of the game is to have a winner. One person has to put all his balls, and when the balls are being potted in, they are trapped inside the table, inside the tray. So you don't have access to that ball. So if you want to hold the ball, which is not possible because I mean you're going against the rule of the game, and for you to play the game, you must have to put the balls inside the holes, which will be trapped in by the table. And for you to release the balls for another session of play, you have to generate a token and impute it, and the mechanism release the ball for you.
Okay. Next question, Alex.
Maybe Zach, if you wanted to go first.
Oh, you can go.
My question is, what kind of customer will benefit the most from this innovation?
So, first of all, the merchants, that's the snooker merchants. And then secondly, the players, the seamlessness it brings into having to interact with the system.
And why I asked the question is, we're thinking about today, how does this improve on the existing system? If you have just one snooker table, I used to go to these hotels to play snooker. The person is there ready to collect the money and it's quick and easy. So who would benefit from having this automated approach?
Okay.
I don't know if
So one of the core problem or part of the problem we're trying to solve is accountability. So when we started working on this, we went extensively around snooker tables in South region and the western region of Nigeria, starting from Warri down to Lagos, mainland and the island of Lagos. And most of the one key thing the merchants re-echoed is revenue leakage. They don't get the exact revenue they expect. And this leads to people being able to game the system and most of them using free play. So it's more like having to put somebody in a shop where you can't account for this system. But when you have this vending system, vending the balls out for every time a player wants to enjoy himself on the table, I mean, there's this accountability. And another benefit is you don't have to be there. You can monitor this from your mobile phone because you're vending this token and you can see the revenue at the number of counts of transaction. So that's the core of the problem.
So, Zach, I think we can only take Zach's question before the time runs out.
It's a pretty similar question. So if you have like a one sentence response, what changes if you succeed? Not just for customers, but for the ecosystem. As in, how do we go from snooker impact to broader impact?
So longer vision, we're moving into building offline vending systems. So where people can have access to infrastructures, games. We're extending this down to football. I believe most of you know football. Extending it down to football, extending it down to arcade, and also other infrastructure. Putting offline vending solution alongside low-cost computing device.
All right.
Right.
Thank you.